Emos from Infrared Racing, back again with another video related to equipment violations. And since I'm still receiving email related to the same subject, I decided to interview a police officer, because a police officer on a routine basis or a daily basis is conducting car stops related to moving and equipment violations. So with that in mind, it'd be nice to hear what a police officer is looking for when it comes to equipment violations. So I went to the field. The sound quality is not going to be the same as what you hear in the studio. So with that in mind, let's go to the clip. And I'm sure happy that you came here to join me. And I just want to have a question. How long have you been a police officer?
I've been a police officer for almost 11 years.
So you have a lot of experience and a lot of information to provide. And I just want to know, when you're out patrolling your area, the beat, what is the top 5 equipment violations that you look for?
Well, every officer is different, but what I try to do is look for equipment violations that can potentially cause a safety issue on the street, that can cause accidents. Those are my pet peeves. So the first one for me are rear brake lights. We all at times have bulbs that go out, and a lot of times you may not know that your rear bulb is out, because who looks at the back of their vehicle while they're driving unless somebody tells you, hey, your rear brake light is out.
Yes.
So those can cause hazards. Now, when both lights are out, that's when it really gets dangerous. That's when you could be behind a vehicle, they could slam on their brakes, and you don't see their brake lights because they're out. You may see their inner compartment in their inner vehicle small third light, but sometimes that's not enough and you'll have a rear end collision. So my pet peeve, when I see anybody with both brake lights out, I immediately pull them over. Sometimes I give a fix-it ticket, sometimes I give a verbal warning, but I will always let that one, I will not let that violation go. That's my first one.
Wow. That's nice. That's a good one. That's really, I mean, what you just said is a big safety issue. And I do see a lot of people with these brake lights out, and they don't know it. And some people are told and they still don't fix it. They don't know how dangerous that is. And what is the next one?
My next pet peeve is tinted windows. Now, I understand that some people have sensitive skin, and in California there is an exception under 26708 of the vehicle code, which is your tinted windows vehicle code, to have your front driver and front passenger windows tinted. The problem is some people take the tint to the extreme. So per California vehicle code 26708, 70% light has to emit through the glass in order for it to be legal. The problem with this vehicle code is that not a lot of police officers carry a tint meter. I haven't seen a tint meter in about 7 years. So we go off our best judgment, and if you cannot see the driver, as a police officer, if I cannot see the driver from the outside, then we have a problem. That window is too tinted. I will pull that person over. I will ask them if they have a doctor's note from a dermatologist stating that they can have their windows tinted, and about 90% of the time they don't. This creates a safety issue for the driver because of obstruction. Their vision is obstructed, as well as the officer. As a safety, you can't see who's inside the car and who you're talking to. So that's my second pet peeve.
That's very good. Thank you for that one. And what's your third one?
My third vehicle code violation my go-to one is 26710, cracked windshield. Now, there's a difference between a chipped front windshield and a cracked windshield. So here's where it matters. Does it affect the driver's view? If it's a small crack, let's just say in the passenger side upper away from the driver, it's still illegal, but that's not that big a deal. Eventually, you will have to replace that windshield because the cracks get bigger, especially with the velocity, the wind, and other factors. When a crack is so big, or a smashed window that obstructs the driver's view, then we have a problem, because then we go into obstruction. You can't see clearly. This violation I see a lot with my contractors, my construction guys, my cement guys, because they're around chipped rocks all day. They're on the freeways a lot. They're on the highways a lot. Their front windshields get smashed. And a lot of these guys work Monday through Friday. They have a hard time getting to having their windows replaced because they're always on the go. Different job sites are always working. So I have a little sympathy for those guys. They're always working. But as far as your passenger vehicles, if the cracked windshield is obstructing your vision, then you need to get it replaced.
Okay, that makes sense. That's once again, that's good information, and make sure that's equipment safety. So we need to take care of that. And that was our third. So this is our fourth. What's your fourth violation that you have?
So the next vehicle code violation is 5200, no plates. This one is a pet peeve of mine. Not so much from a safety issue. It's more from people abuse this one. Somebody purchases a new vehicle, a brand new vehicle. They get their plates in the mail, or a used vehicle. If that vehicle does not have plates, they get their plates in the mail. Normally, California DMV, from my experience, you get your plates anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. The problem with this is that some people purposely will never put their plates on. People will drive around for a year, some even 2 years, with the paper plates. And then you pull them over and they a lot of times say, I didn't get them in the mail. And from my experience, people have told me that, and I see the plates on their floorboard. So this one is just better for us as police officers to better identify vehicles during crimes or for any other reasons, to be able to put an owner to that vehicle. Because without the plates, you really have nothing.
And will they most likely be doing that? I see some people that I know who have these things, their cars for a long time without the plates. They're trying to avoid maybe toll bridges probably, or paying the tolls by having no plates probably.
Yes, which leads me to my last vehicle code, 4464 of the vehicle code. And that one is altered license plates, which I'll just read this like it's a sentence. A person shall not display upon a vehicle a license plate that is altered from its original marking. So this kind of goes back to 5200. So we have toll bridges here in the Bay Area. You have toll highways, the 580 and the 680, with thousands of commuters on a daily basis. If you are on the number 1 lane, or on the 580, it's number 1 and the number 2 lane, which is the lanes closest to the center medium, those are pay lanes. If you have paper plates, the automated plate reader will not pick up your plate and you get a free ride on that lane while everybody else is stuck in traffic, whoever doesn't pay, bumper to bumper, and you have this free ride on the fast lane. At the same time, 4464, what I'm seeing is license plates in California are reflectorized. What that means is the automated license plate reader picks up the numbers and it's able to bill the owner or take it off their fast track if they have their vehicle registered to that fast track, and deduct funds from their account. What I'm seeing some people do is they scratch off the reflectorization on the license plate. Therefore, the automated license plate reader does not get an accurate reading on the letters and numbers on that plate, or will get a disfigured number that they can't bill it to. So that's another way people are getting free rides, not paying on the bridges and the highway. We should all be treated the same. We should all be doing the same things. We should all be doing things the right way, not trying to cheat the system. So when I see, and sometimes somebody may buy a vehicle with an ultra plate, especially when you get your 90s Honda or your 90s vehicles, because the reflectorization came, I believe, in the early 90s when they started doing that. So somebody may have an old car, maybe third owner, and that's just the way they got the car. So I get it. But when I see new vehicles with the reflectorization scratched off, then no, I pull them over and I tend to give them a warning or a fix-it ticket.
Wow, I had never heard that, and it's something how people have been doing this for a while and just really never noticed that, because see, my thing with license, even license plate, when I'm detailing my car or make my car or motorcycle look good, even my license plate might get the legacy black plates. Since we're in California, you want everything to look good, and as for someone to go in and do something like that, that's just scamming the system while everyone else has to pay, and it's just wrong. So there you got it. That was good information. I sure appreciate you for coming out here today, meeting up with me and talking about these equipment violations that everyone should take care of. And what I can tell you, thank you again, and be safe out there.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
This was very good information from a police officer. It's something you can go on fix, so you're not getting pulled over by the CHP or a deputy or local PD on a simple equipment violations that can be avoided when you're trying to get to your church or get to work or get to school or you're on a date. So take care, be safe out there, save the speed for the racetrack. Peace.
Ain't nobody tell me nothing. Car so clean, I don't even wanna touch it. And my bitch so fresh, I'm an everyday wash up. Best dress.